Alright YouTube, what is going on? My name is Bigfoot. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Today we're back with some more Another Brick in the Mall, and this is episode number 13. In between this and the last episode, I've gone ahead and done one or two things, so I've let the game run for a small duration of time, just to go ahead and basically get the game to give me a bit more money, to be honest, so we can go ahead and not worry like we have in the last two episodes with building projects. Then on top of that, we have gone ahead and I've added in a wee bit more detail in the corridors again. Just went ahead and put a few items into place. I've gone ahead and filled up the car parks a little bit more. We've also got this new area here, which we're going to probably put something into today. Then on top of that, I've done one or two wee staffing changes, for example, at a few different shops. And that is about it really. So lots has been done, but we've got so many other issues which we need to go ahead and work on, which we will do in this episode. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start off by doing is we are going to start some more research, because we have just completed research, which is Restaurant 2. What I am going to do is I'm going to currently work on bus stuff right now, and again, there's quite a few different areas I'd like to move into here as well today. But we will just see how things go. Tell you what, we're actually going to go for something different. We're going to go for like plants and gardening, because I maybe want to have an outdoor shop. I think that'd be a good idea. So anyway, at the end of the last episode, we went ahead and completed the bar. So the bar is now in action, and it's doing not too bad, but we are going to add some more staff to that. I also want to go ahead, and things are looking much nicer here. I'm disappointed a bush is grown right there. That's a bit frustrating, but I also want to go ahead and just make some small improvements, tweaks to certain places, so we can go ahead and just try and get some of our shops or buildings which are not doing too profitably. We need to just go ahead and try and turn that around and make it a little bit better. Right, so we're going to start off with the bar here, because the metal bar, it's doing not bad, but I definitely need to go ahead and get some more cashiers in here, because right now, as you can see, the sales chart isn't great, to be honest. We can go ahead and do much better, and we will do much better. So let's get Sabrina in here. She's going to work from 11, that's a good idea to me. And then we'll maybe bring in Julia as well. You'll come in, but you'll work from, say 5 o'clock, yeah, through to 1 o'clock in the morning, which is perfect. And with that said, hopefully that'll go ahead. Again, this is a lot about just observing. I mean, the bar's open at midday, which we're not going to get a lot of customers at this time. But then as time goes on, hopefully we will get a lot more. Let's go ahead and just speed this game up actually, and then see what difference and how busy this place gets, because we've not fully observed it for like a full day. And that's something which I think is probably worth doing. We are in general seeing a fair amount of people. There's not large queues or anything like that. I do think I might need some more of these though, in particular. These are bar shelves, so people can choose a drink off there, or they can go up and basically order one from the bar. So that seems to be, I mean, we do have 3 down here, but this part of the shop's just not being used, but that will change when we add a corridor in here, for example. But again, right now, there's no rush for that. So I'm quite happy with how this place is actually doing. That's operated for a full day. And all in all, profit margin is percentage-wise is high, but money-wise isn't great. We were having some issues with Simon's liquor store, like really bad issues. So are really negative there. So that's really disappointing to see, but I think I know how to resolve that, but I'll come back to that later, because I feel we've spent a lot of time here. I do want to jump over to Ticket Lobby, so that's doing quite well, though yet again, it's not in general doing that great, to be honest. It does well like 1 day a year because of a seasonal event, which I can't remember what seasonal event it is. It's like new film releases, so all of a sudden lots of people come along, which kind of makes sense. Outside of that, Billy's Butchers and Fish, that's not making a profit either, which is not great. One thing is the food shop actually is doing really well, so Northwestern Fried Chicken, this is doing really good, and also the actual amount of money this individual store is making as well, that's doing great. If we go ahead and look at Bigfoot Superstore, this is our, our main big bulk of money, as it always has been. though again I do want to flatten that and sort of rebuilding that at some point. DIY Heaven, that's doing really well, and I think it's something which we could probably go ahead and extend the opening hours now actually. Arguably you're not going to want to buy a washing machine at midnight, but if we extend it by a bit, then I think that that would be useful, I guess. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and not change this poor staff member's hours. That would be a bit cruel. What we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and have it from 7 till 10. So quite a difference all of a sudden. But I think that, again, if we can get a little bit more out of this, then we might as well. So let's just get one more cashier in. And this cashier will do like the evening part of the shift, if you will. So you'll run right through there. So as we can see, we're not necessarily meeting all the sales targets, which is quite strange. We'll have someone come in from 7. And hopefully that should be okay. We do have self-service as well here. Then I will add in one more stock clerk as well. Currently we've got you from 7 till 3 in the afternoon. And then if we go ahead and get another stock clerk, he will just do the back end. Again, this stock clerk is never busy in this shop, so it would be quite an easy job. But as we can see, there's a few people, but that's, again, it's a shop that, you know, you're not going to be in every single day. I mean, I'm just getting a new washing machine today for my flat, actually, but I so rarely, I mean, it's a one-off purchase, you know, so it's not something that's going to happen every day by any means. It's really crazy to see that all of a sudden we've got, like, of course our new stock clerk hasn't started, that's why, but all this needs to be restocked, so, but it is good to see it's doing quite well, and we can definitely go ahead and put some more items out on the shelves, so I'm happy about that, and if the shop's there we might as well make use of it. How's Rural Outfitters? Rural Outfitters is doing really good, extremely good, so I feel we should maybe put some more focus on this shop as well. So again, let's go ahead and extend its opening hours. Right now I suppose there must have just been back to school, start of autumn, so that is probably coincided with the large spike in sales there. But if we go ahead and extend the opening hours, again I think what we'll do is we'll do 7 till 10 now. Then this can hopefully just go ahead and generate more sales, which should be super useful. So let's get 2 people starting at 7. Let's bring in 1 or 2 new cashiers as well, just so we can go ahead and balance the books out. So that would be 2 on at all times there. We'll get another one probably for just the general whole day. So say we have you from like 9 till 5. Yeah, that's probably where the peak's going to be. Though again, we do have self-service here, so if that is needed, then it can be used. So I mean, we're doing really well here. With regards to stock clerks, we can definitely do with another stock clerk. Have you coming in the morning at 7 o'clock, and then again have someone else just doing the back end shift as well. Like so just small changes like this is hopefully going to lead to just a bit of a more profitable shop. You know, that's what I'm wanting, just to go ahead and squeeze this extra money out per day. Right now per day we just had our best ever day at 74,000, but it had really been dropping in the last 2 episodes. That's why I wanted to come back and review a lot of stuff and really just be able to not have to worry about cash too much like we did in the last 2 episodes, like I've mentioned. There is some places which are obviously not doing very well at all. We need to work on the butchers and the alcohol store, but that'll all come in time, and I'm happy to run some stuff at a loss. I'm totally happy to do that, as long as it's not a drastic loss. If it's a percentage profit margin loss, that's fine, but as long as it's not eating into our actual net profit money which we get, then I'm okay. What I want to do now, of course, we've got a better corridor, I guess you could say, is I want to go ahead and add in doors here. So that's the middle, so what we'll do is we'll do a door there and a door there. So we just have a bit more access into the mall, which is nice. Let's go ahead and quickly sort out the flooring issues here. And there we go. Okay, so we're already a good 8 minutes into this episode by my clock, so we need to go ahead and I think start something new. That's definitely something good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start getting some foundation laying done, so we're going to have another corridor come along here. And then what we're going to have is this connect up. I won't necessarily do this down now, but it's more just laying the foundations. So let's go ahead and have this corridor also come down here. which is good. And then I want to add in a new bathroom and also a new maintenance centre, because we're still getting a lot of issues, especially around the cinema here, to do with littering. So I really need to go ahead and have a maintenance centre closer to here, just because we are having some major issues. Let's also go ahead and add in a bathroom as well in here, quite a large one for that matter, just because I want to go ahead and... Probably not that large. I'm just thinking what shape do I want it. Something like that, yeah. And then let's have a maintenance centre coming in here. We'll do 6x6. And then that should hopefully go ahead and make some real good difference. I'm not going to corridor much of this up right now anyway, but we'll come back and do this at another time. So let's go into a sign, because we're about to go ahead and build a new area here. So I want to build a fine dining restaurant. That's something which I think would be super useful. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this storage area back. I sort of made some changes and altercations to just small improvements, make it look a bit nicer as well. That's what I did, as I said, in between episodes. But I want a fine dining restaurant. I think this is the perfect place for one. So let's go ahead and get this in. We'll name this at some stage. But what do we need for this? That's the real question. Requires access, cashiers, stock clerks, order counters, cooks, fine dining cooking ranges, kitchen pass, waiters, and we need storage. So a lot of that we already have, which is good, and then a lot of that we need to go ahead and build. So we'll start off by going ahead and assigning the storage, and then we'll also start off by assigning actual staff. Or should we wait and do that? We'll wait and do that. But again, I want this restaurant to be open a lot. Based on the success right now of Northwestern Chicken, it's doing very well, so we can start to go ahead and spread that, then that would be super worth it. Okay, let's get down to here and let's get into building then. So, let's start off with some objects. Let's go into fine dining restaurant and let's see what layout we're going to go for. So I'm wanting like proper restaurant tables. That is something what I want. We're going to have the fine dining cooking ranges on the back wall here. I can get like 4 of these in quite easily. Kitchen pass. Is this sort of the thing that you sort of look into, I'm guessing? I never knew you could do that. That's amazing. I never know you could do that, like actually hold and drag. Because that would be so much easier for building shelves. So much easier. So we can do that there. Though again, I don't know if customers gather around this and take food from both sides, or... Again, we'll see what happens. It's all a bit of an experimentation, I guess. Let's not do that. But I want to go ahead and rotate this around. Let's have the queues basically over here, and then we'll have the eating area at the other side. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 checkouts. We'll maybe add in a 6th as well. Then the rest of it is just going to be seating, simple seating. So let's go ahead and kit this whole place out now. This is going to be quite an easy job for me to go ahead and do. I just need to make sure I leave enough space for people walking, you know. And I also want, I guess a mixture of just double tables and larger tables as well. I don't want to make the place too crowded. That's something which I kind of want to avoid. But again, I also want to, you know, make sure I have lots of space. I'm not going to have multiple entrances, I don't think, to this restaurant. Or I don't think I want to anyway. Should we maybe... We'll maybe just start with doors over this corner actually. Because again, I've placed all this and I didn't really think it through, but... Right, this'll do to start off with, I think. This'll do to start off with, and then we'll go from here and see what happens. Do we need anything else right now? I don't honestly think we do, which is good. We need staff though, but I don't think we need any more infrastructure. So let's go into manage. We're going to name this place. We're going to call it, Restaurant 22. Actually, Restaurant 25. It's quite like a Restaurant 1, restaurant, you know, some of these fancy restaurants. So Restaurant 25, it's not a 25th restaurant, but it's the 25th, you know, building or zone I think we've got now. So Restaurant 25 is the current name. Again, that might change. If you've got any suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. With regards to the flooring, I think it might be... sort of the same flooring as the bar, which is easy to do. I do want to go ahead and actually just fill in some of the noticeable gaps that I've been seeing in the flooring. But let's get this flooring in here at a cost of only 15,000. And that is perfect there. So with that said, now we just need to go ahead and actually add in some doors. That would probably be super useful to go ahead and have. Again, I'm wanting to limit the amount of doors just because... let's not do that there. Because I want to sort of have it like you have to come up and order first, then you get issued a seat or something. That would be a good idea. Okay, so let's go into manage. Let's go ahead and we will start this place from 9 AM, but we will have it open till 1 AM in the morning, so that is a 16 hours, or we'll tell you what, we'll go for midnight there, so that's 15 hours, so we can have a bit of overlap with staff. So let's hire some cashiers. Got some really good people here coming for interviews, which is nice to see. So let's get 2 cashiers to start the day, and then let's get 2 cashiers to end the day. Additionally, we do need waiters as well. That is one thing I've noticed, so the salaries are probably going to be a little bit more expensive for this place. Just because we've got more staff in general. But that hopefully will yield us more money anyway, so we can charge a lot here, you know. A lot more than Northwestern fried chicken, for example. Right, so let's get... how many waiters do we need? Do we need more or less waiters? That is the real question. Don't have a lot of great waiters here, to be honest, but we will bring a few in. I think we'll maybe just have 2 for all times, and again just work off the supply and the demands how we need it. Anyone else a good waiter? I am seeing you, Stu, so let's go ahead and bring you in. So you're going to start at 4 o'clock, which is alright. Yep, that's perfect. Right, just sort of trying to have a nice system in place here. Again, this graph, I feel it's like it's not that clear a lot of the time, because the place opens at 9, but then this yellow corner is quite a bit in front of the opening time, so it's just a bit unclear, I feel. Finally, all we need is a stock clerk. We only need one of them at once, though, so let's have you in from early, and then let's bring in Lynn. You'll do the later part of the day there, which is perfect. Right, okay, so that means we're now good to go here as of tomorrow, which I'm quite excited about. I do realise we're still playing the game on a super fast speed, but for the time being, that is fine. What I am also going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start to kit out these corridors, just so we can go ahead and start to do some more building. Let's go ahead and remove some of these walls. And let's get building for the future. I just want to really get this extra bathroom in here. That is my current priority, to be honest. So, and I can also keep my builders busy as well. So let's go ahead and get all this in. It's nice having all this money all of a sudden as well, so I can go ahead and do all this mass building without having to worry. It is quite reassuring. What I need to do here is very quickly just sort out the flooring here and here, here and here, and then here and here, which is good. And I just need staff to turn up to work, but they've not turned up to work, so something is wrong. Which isn't good. Requires a cook. Yep, that might help. That very much might help. We've got a lot of staff here, don't we? We really, really do. Right, let's get the cook in from that period. And then we need another cook to do the back end, which you will do starting at 4 o'clock. So that means you've only got one cook on at a time, but again, we'll see how things go. Am I now going to have to wait again another 24 hours before this place opens? I think I am, unfortunately, which is kind of frustrating, but I probably should have spotted that the shop was actually in the red, not the green. Oh, we're getting a few staff members in here actually, which is good. And as we can see, it is very much fine food. You know, we've got a bit of salmon on the grill there, steak, a stew, lots of vegetables. And we are actually serving people here, which is good as well. Now, I'm a bit unsure about the amount of waiters. I'm feeling the lack of waiters is really letting us down. I'm seeing quite a lot of angry faces right now. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in some more waiters for tomorrow. So let's slow the game down a tiny bit. Profit margin of 2%, not exactly much, but we definitely need more waiters in here. So let's go ahead and start off by doing that. I'm just going to go ahead and bring in a large amount of waiters, maybe like 4 or 5 to get us started here. So let's go ahead and push you forward. So that means we've got 4 waiters on at once, really. And again, it looks like, so far based on the sales isn't really accurate because it wasn't open for a full day. But if we go ahead and speed this up again, I need to make sure janitors are coming along and collecting dirty food. So we're going to need to hire a lot more janitors. That's why I need to get this zone open though, you know. It is very, very important that I do, because there's still food waste in here from yesterday, which isn't good. So it is very important that we get all of this sorted. And then as time goes on, I'll go ahead and fill out the restaurant a bit more. So it's 9 AM, no one's exactly in the restaurant at this time, but that's fine. We've got a lot of waiters just standing around on their phones, which again is fine. So maybe we should wait until lunchtime, because no one's obviously coming in for breakfast. So we'll maybe open the place from 12, go ahead and save ourselves some money. Now all of a sudden we have got a lot of people in here, though a lot of our waiters are just standing still, which is very strange. Hanging around. I suppose, I mean, you're mad though. Why are you mad? Just because your food's taking a while. Maybe we need another cook? Yeah, I'm going to bring in another cook here as well at all times. We're going to need to pause this whole game again, to be honest, and we're going to need to change things up, because I need to change the opening hours anyway, so I don't know if that's what the bottleneck is though, I'm sort of unsure. So let's go ahead and first of all change the opening hours. Let's go ahead and tell you what, we'll still keep this place open from 11 AM, and then we'll have this place still run to midnight. Though again, I could push that back. As we can see now, we're starting to get a bit more accurate sales in here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the other waiters from 11 o'clock. So we're going to have a really good coverage over dinner, as you can start to slowly see from the graph. Let's bring you in from 11 o'clock as well. So I think we should be well covered here, which is perfect. We need you in from 11. And then finally, it's just so many more waiters and so many people I need to alter all of a sudden. Should probably jump into the shift planner for this, but we're just about done now. And then these 2 early cashiers can also be pushed back as well. Right, okay, so I think this is going to be a lot more effective. So what we're going to do is we're just going to let this run. We're not going to watch it again though, because we've done that quite a bit. But good profit margin of 35%. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and going to need to make this bathroom... No, I think that size bathroom will actually be okay. It's just not very big. Let's go ahead and do that there. Let's jump in and let's get a... restroom. So let's go ahead and kit out this restroom right now with lots of cubicles. Again, they're just going to sort of stay gender neutral, which is fine. So let's go ahead and get lots of sinks along here. And let's get maybe 2 trash cans over here in the corner. And then we're actually going to add in another door as well in the corner there, which is good. Finally, let's go ahead and add in our bathroom flooring. Let's go to assign, let's go to restroom, and let's get this next restroom open. I'll rename that again at a later stage. Okay, right, so that's good to see. Things are looking a little bit better here. I don't really think it's the cooks that are slowing things down. I mean, it looks like food must be going into here. So this is the kitchen pass, this is where the food is once it's ready. So maybe it is the cooks. I'm going to hire quite a few more cooks anyway and see. Again, it is doing very well to start with. I'm very, very happy. So we're going to hire like 2 more cooks for now. And then we'll go from there. We'll come back to this at a later time. Right, you're going to come in from 11. That's perfect. You can come in from... yeah, I guess 4. So that means we're actually going to have 4 cooks on over dinner, which again is just perfect. It's really, really good coverage, which I'm extremely happy about. Okay, so the next thing we need to do now is go ahead and build another maintenance center. So this is going to be, I'm going to rename this at a later stage, but this is the second one for our Grand Mall. Let's go ahead and add on 2 doors. I don't think any items actually really need to go in this room. It's all just about assigning people to this room. So the maintenance center, staff, we need quite a lot of new staff. So we need janitors and we also need builders. Again, we're not seeing anything too great right now, but let's go ahead and add in a good 5 or so new janitors. Kinda wish you had staff training in this game. I think that would be super useful. So let's go ahead and just start use all at various different times. I feel right now the overnight coverage isn't good at all, so that's something which I'm starting off by focusing on. And then let's get another one during the day. So that's 6 new janitors we've got now for this building. Basically 2 at all times, which is good. Then we can also go ahead and hire in some more builders as well. Builders are needed for the pesticide issues which we keep having. So if I have another, basically 2 builders in at all times as well, then that is surely going to make a large difference to the organization. That's quite a lot there, so that's 4 of you guys. So let's put 2 of yous back to 1 AM. Let's leave, let's put these other 2 forward to 1700 hours, 5 o'clock. Like so, and then we just need 2 more builders. And that is us sorted, which is perfect. So this is hopefully going to make a difference. Again, the cleanliness of the place hasn't been great, but hopefully with this addition it will make some difference. Right, while we're at it, let's go ahead and remove this wall. And let's go ahead and add in some more flooring into here. And don't remove just half the wall. There we go, perfect. Right, okay, so all of a sudden we've got a lot more corridors which we can build off from, which is great. That is really what I want to see. Right now, as we can see, we've got so many different things going on. Lots of infestation of rats and stuff. I'm just going to remove everything. But again, it's rats which are causing issues. Again, it's just, I feel bags are moving, but not fast enough, I feel. So, and I feel we just need more trash cans in general anyway. I have added in some more, but probably not enough, to be honest. And the floors are just not in a good state either, so it's just the daytime rush. Like, once it gets to nighttime, things aren't too bad, but everything's just crazy. Crazy. Right, we're starting to see a bit more cleanliness, I guess you could say. We'll see how things go as time comes on. As we can see though, again, we're having some, we again had another really profitable day recently. Again, things are a bit, you know, dropping. It's not consistent right now, and especially when new stores open, you know, that can be quite a big difference. But we're going to go ahead and start to work on something else, a new build. What are we going to go for now? I don't really know. We could go for, we've sort of pretty much built one of everything here, so now it's just going to be specific stores. So this really just comes down to supply and demand. We've obviously got plants and gardening supply now. Let's go for a newsagent supplier as well, and we're basically just going to start building lots of smaller shops now. That is really what we're going to do. So let's start off by going into the supply and the demand and all. Well, right now we're meeting a lot of the demand, which is good. Amazingly, we're still not meeting the liquor demand, but hey ho. Fresh bread, we could do, I feel we should do like a bookshop, comic book, you know, a newsagent. So we'll wait for the newsagent's unlock to happen. We could have, I mean, comic books, again, this all sort of ties back into one, doesn't it? Coming down the list here, there's not too much here. I feel e-cigarettes. A lot of this is new items, hence why I've not got a lot of it. Right, what we're maybe going to do is we're going to do like a toys and video game store. I think that would be a good idea. Maybe put some books in there too. Though again, I feel all this could just go into newsagents. What about the demand for gardening supplies? If we go to all and we go to plants and gardening. Right, so that's what we're going to build right now. We're going to build a gardening shop. So let's go ahead and basically outline the foundations for the time being. So this shop is going to go in here like so. And then we're also going to get maybe part of it in here. Yeah, this can have 2 entrances. No problem at all. So we'll give it that sort of extension there. Then what I need to do is we're going to actually need a storeroom. So that can go in... what, here like so? Yeah, probably here like so. And then, I mean, that's a bit small, isn't it? We'll extend that a bit. Arguably, this one is way too big. But if we go ahead and extend this one a bit again, then what we'll do is we'll have... this will be like part of another shop over here. And that will be built eventually. Again, we'll sort of split this whole area up into 3. And we'll just fill in the gaps as time goes on. So it's a good start right now anyway. Let's go ahead now and basically just get rid of a lot of this mess which we have managed to accumulate. Let's go ahead and cross that out there, cross that out there. We can just go ahead and build the remaining foundations for this area actually, which is fine to do because we now do have the money. I don't really know, we're not going to have another corridor exactly down here. I don't know where the corridor is going to go as of yet, so, but realistically, what I could get around here is I could definitely get another at least 1 shop, maybe 2. Again, it depends on what we decide to go for, but this will be our gardening shop. So what can we get? I think it's just normal shelves. Our gardening stuff goes on. I'll have to double check though. So let's get this stuff built, though again we're going to need some access. So let's get some doors in here very quickly. And get the builders in. On top of that, let's get a door into here, which should be super useful. Let's get a... I will come back to that in a second. Right, let's see what I can get on here. I need to go ahead and assign this place a store before I can actually do that, unfortunately. So again, this shop's going to be kind of strangely shaped. But there we go, that is absolutely perfect. And voila, that's store 28. We'll come up with a name for it shortly, but let's go back into here and let's go ahead and plants and gardening. So I can only get half this stuff on here. I feel the shop's maybe going to be a bit too big. Because we've got gardening tools and we've got soil fertilizer. What else have we got? Plants and flowers. So what do these go on? These go on tables. So again, we'll see. Let's go ahead and add in a lot more shelves though for the time being. Then I think what we'll do at the top here is we'll maybe have some self-service checkouts at the top. And then we'll have some normal checkouts at the bottom of the shop. I think that's probably a good idea. So let's go ahead and for the time being, we'll leave quite an open entrance. This is enough for now, and again we'll scale up. Let's go ahead and... where are we here with self-checkouts? So self-checkouts can go in over here and over here. Like so, we can have another one in the corner there. So that's 3 for that end of the shop. Then what we will do is we will go ahead and just get the normal customer checkout. And these can go all along here like so. Again, I'm just going to build lots of extras just in case of future development. I'm assuming there'll be a seasonal thing when it gets to the summertime, because that kind of makes a bit of sense. And then, yeah, I guess we'll just go from there. Right, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to wrap this episode up here. So hope you have enjoyed it. Please leave a like, rate and subscribe if you are new around here. I realise we are in the middle of a build, but I'll go ahead and finish this off at the start of the next episode. All in all, we're doing really well on our profits. We've gone ahead and broke some records, but then after, it's a bit still all over the place. Generally, our average is gone up from about low 30,000s now up into... we actually can have a look, as we can see here. We're probably at low 30,000s for quite a while, but now all of a sudden, you know, we're pushing up for an average of about high 40,000s, it sort of seems. So we're breaking 50 quite a bit right now. So again, we just need to go ahead and keep that up, to be honest. And we can go ahead and, as we can see, we're doing extremely well for cash now. So I can't really see us having too many cash flow problems in the future. Some places are doing really well and I'm really happy. Let's go ahead and just check out our new builds. So for example, not the restroom, restaurant 25, that's up at 47%. It's doing well. Again though, we can go ahead and work on that, fill it out a bit more and get a lot more staff in there. Metal bar is also doing slightly better anyway, but again, could do with some work. Pins isn't doing great to be honest, but that was a build from the last episode, but I mean it's low maintenance I guess. At least you're not having to bring any stock into there. Then Simon's Liquor Store, not at as big a loss as it once was to be fair, but still we will work on that at another time. The butchers ain't doing great either, but the thing is we are at a minus profit margin of 65%, but we're actually only losing $500 there a day, so that's really not hitting my pocket at all. Coming up the list here, Electronic City, that makes us a lot of money, but all the products in there are quite expensive. We then have got DIY Heaven, that's got extended hours now as well. That is doing super well, which is good. It's up at a net profit of over $4,000 a day. Rural Outfitters, again, that's doing a bit better than it was, again with extended hours. My Superstore, which is sort of, I guess, you can't really talk about that, that's sort of different. But we will build a Superstore in this Grand Mall eventually. Then here we've got 65%, you know, again, that's doing a slightly bit better than it once was. And again, probably with queues this length, we can do even better, to be honest. So we probably need to get a few more cooks in here as well, which I will do. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed. Please leave a like, rate and subscribe if you are new around here. Go down into that comment section below, leave me some feedback, follow me on Twitter, support me on Patreon, and that's all ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for watching, and my name is Bigfoot, and I'm out.